You are reading this now because something in your spirit led you here. This is more than coincidence. There is a truth you already sense, even if your everyday thoughts haven't caught up yet. Consider the emotions you've been carrying: that persistent fog of doubt, the weight in your chest, the nervous energy that keeps you from settling, the undeniable feeling that the ground beneath you is changing. Please see these not as problems, but as guides. They are your inner compass pointing toward a necessary ending. One part of your journey is reaching its natural conclusion so another, more authentic chapter can begin. Real growth often feels confusing before it feels freeing. The answers you seek are not somewhere else. They are hidden within these very feelings, asking for your gentle attention instead of your fear. This inner shift is deeply connected to the bond you share with that special person. What you have is evolving. For a long and beautiful season, it survived on spiritual fuel, on hope, quiet intuition, and a powerful knowing that transcended distance. That unseen connection was your sanctuary and your strength. But a sanctuary is also a place you leave to face the world. A love this meaningful cannot stay a secret forever. Its nature is to seek expression, to be lived in the real world of shared time and tangible moments. The longing you feel for something more solid isn't a sign of failure, it's proof that the seed has outgrown the pot. The roots you nurtured in secret are now ready for open air and sunlight. This means the beautiful, invisible bridge between your hearts now needs a physical path built upon it. You must hold this distinction close to your heart. Their distance is not from you, but from the waiting room. They are weary of a love that exists only in potential, in memory, or in daydreams. What once felt like a magical secret now carries a sting, because the feeling itself has grown too large to be contained. It demands a new shape. Your patience and unwavering belief were never wasted. They were the protective walls that allowed this bond to grow strong. But now, the universe is asking for a different kind of strength, the courage of choice. The time for silent hope is transitioning into a time for clear intention. They are no longer satisfied with just the echo of a connection, they need to hear the voice. This is the turning point where faith must become action, where the love you've guarded in your heart must be offered with your hands. The story is waiting for you both to write its next line together. Yes, they are finished with a love that has no shape. They need something solid they can walk inside of, not just an emotion they visit. You've likely sensed the shift, a quiet where conversation once flowed, a space between you that now feels thick and heavy, a retreat that logic cannot explain. It hurts. It's confusing. But you must see this for what it is. The love has not faded. It has simply broken its container. The emotion you share has grown too vast to live quietly in the shadows of distance. It can no longer survive on whispers alone. It requires air. It demands a form. It is asking for a life. You might still find comfort in the old language of your bond-in signs, synchronicity, the quiet knowing. But your person has started speaking a new dialect. Their soul now craves the grammar of the physical world. Your laugh in the same room, your shoulder beside theirs, the mundane magic of shared ordinary time. They don't just want to feel you, they want to be with you. This is the source of your unease. Your soul is restless because it knows a truth your mind resists. This connection has completed its first journey. It will not shatter, but it must change shape. This tension you feel is not a sign of failure, it is the friction of a necessary evolution. When your spirit is stirred this deeply, it is not without reason. It means a new reality is ready to be built, not just in your heart, but in your waking world. This is not the closing of your story. It is the end of the prologue. The love is done floating in the realm of maybe. From here, It is being guided toward the shore of the real something you can see, hold, and choose. Do not mistake this transformation for loss. Fear will whisper that silence means abandonment, that distance is a permanent goodbye. But the truth is the opposite. You do not lose a true love when it demands to be made real, you only risk losing it if you try to keep it suspended in time. The recent hurt, the cold space, the withdrawal, it was all genuine. But its cause was not a lack of love. It was the ache of a love that has run out of room to grow in the dark. What once fed your spirit the dreams, the signs, the secret certainty now feels like an empty plate. The devotion is still there, potent and alive, but it has nowhere to flow. It is a current backed up, building pressure because it was meant to move forward, not circle within. Your person has reached their limit with waiting. Not because their faith is weak, but because their desire to live what they feel has become stronger. They want to share the same sunlight. They want a love that occupies not just their heart, but their hours. You may be clinging to the old form because its boundaries feel safe. The unknown is terrifying. You think, if I let this change, I might lose everything. But consider this, the greatest risk is not in the transformation. It is in the refusal to allow it. By holding on too tight to what was, you are not preserving the love, you are preserving the distance. True courage now lies not in patient waiting, but in brave reaching. The bridge has been built in spirit. It is time to take the first step across it with your own 2 feet. Life is guiding you both toward a necessary choice. Understand that the quiet between you now isn't emptiness, it's a heart guarding itself from the ache of a love still waiting to be lived. Sometimes, pulling back isn't abandonment, it's self-preservation. Your spirit already knows this truth. That's why there's a restlessness you can't shake, why your mind feels knotted, why there's a quiet urgency humming beneath everything. You are not being left. You are being prepared. What you nurtured in silence now asks to be spoken. What you cherished in thought now longs to be chosen. Love is no longer content to be a feeling, it's asking for a step. The space you feel is shattering an old belief, that simply feeling close was enough. It no longer is. Pay attention to the subtle language around you, the sudden shifts in mood, the thoughts that arrive unannounced, the moments you wake feeling strangely heavy or unusually alert. These aren't accidents. They are life nudging you. The season of waiting is closing. The season of deciding has opened. For so long, the private world you built inside was enough. You created a sacred inner space where this person lived, and it was your refuge. But that refuge has started to feel like a small room with a large view. It protected you, yet now it also limits you. What once filled you with hope now leaves a quiet hollow. Not because the love has lessened, but because it has deepened. It has matured beyond the capacity of distance. The connection has grown roots so strong, they are breaking through the old ground. Your person isn't dreaming of grand gestures anymore. They are longing for the ordinary magic of life with you, morning routines, shared silences, knowing they can reach out and you're really there. They want more than a soulmate in spirit, they want a partner in the day-to-day. This shift is not rejection. It is the most sincere invitation. The universe is gently leading you out of the safe harbor of longing and into the open sea of choice. You might doubt the timing. You might question if they feel it, too. But the answer isn't always in words, it's in the changed rhythm, the charged silence, the new gravity between you. This isn't a heart walking away. It's a heart asking for more room. The spiritual bond isn't being erased. It's being outgrown. What you share was never meant to live only in the unseen, it was always destined to breathe, to walk, to become tangible. No bond, no matter how deep, can thrive forever without presence, without choice, without the courage to make it real. This love is ready to move, but it's tired of moving alone. You don't need to have every answer right now. You only need to acknowledge one quiet truth: something must change. And it already is. The energy around you is shifting. That pressure isn't anxiety. It's arrival. It's the sound of a new foundation being laid. Every hope you whispered was heard. Every silent prayer mattered. And you were not the only one praying. When two hearts ask for the same truth, life listens. What feels like an ending is often the breaking open. What looks like distance is simply the transformation beginning. What you're experiencing is not chaos, it's a quiet reconstruction. This process isn't designed to alarm you, but to align you. Love is preparing to transition from a cherished inner truth into a shared outer reality. Nothing of value is fading. Everything is in motion. Even amid the unease, a foundation is being laid. The period of patience fulfilled its role. The space between you revealed what was necessary. Now, what comes next requires your participation, not just your imagination. We have arrived at the crossroads where emotion must become intention, and devotion must take tangible form. A thoughtful unfolding is already in progress, one that will guide this connection from anticipation into experience. You remain essential. You are not overlooked. You are precisely where you need to be in this unfolding. Though the surface may seem scattered or uncertain, a deeper order is at work. You are both being directed toward a point of conscious choice, a decision that will allow this bond to finally reside in the world, not just in the heart. What you share is not disappearing. It is being rebuilt into something more resilient, more rooted, and authentically alive. This is the source of your emotional weight, the push and pull within. There are moments when it seems everything could dissolve, and others when a surge of certainty reminds you the bond is undeniable. Yet its former shape can no longer contain it. The silent understanding that thrived on hope and inner knowing has fulfilled its purpose. To endure, it now asks for movement. It asks for a brave, clear gesture. This change is echoing within them as well. Even if communication has softened, even if quiet stretches linger, a parallel preparation is happening beneath the stillness. An internal reordering is prompting them to reconsider their path, their reservations, the gap between what they feel and how they live. Their disquiet stems not from fading affection, but from a soul-deep fatigue of loving in theory rather than in practice. They are ready for substance, for something they can rely on, not just reminisce about. Each unexpected thought of them, every instance their presence brushes your mind unbidden, every sudden swell of feeling, these are not random. They are confirmations. You are being led toward something, not away. You are being steered toward manifestation, not more waiting. Your connection is crossing a threshold where essence must meet existence. This passage stirs anxiety because the invisible felt secure. Everything could be profound, and nothing had to be proven. Yet the hollow feeling you carry now is delivering a message. A life where love remains only a possibility is no longer enough. You cannot pause indefinitely for the other to act first. You are being prompted by a call to bravery. They are being drawn by a yearning to truly inhabit their life. Circumstances, timing, and paths are being gently aligned. But alignment alone is not enough without a deliberate step. Love remains suspended. It may not arrive in the packaging you expected, but it is assembling as it must. This isn't a conclusion. It is the instant your connection ceases to be a secret and starts to become a story. The journey ahead requires a new kind of truth. It will ask you to gently step from behind the comfort of a spiritual idea and begin to live that truth in plain sight. This new chapter can only begin if both of you are willing to meet it with open hands. Every feeling you've held was significant. No moment of hope was wasted. Every emotion served a purpose, carefully guiding you here. But now, staying still carries a weight. Indecision is no longer a safe pause. Without change, even the deepest love can grow quiet from neglect. This bond must find a way into the rhythm of your days, or it will slowly recede, having never been allowed to fully breathe. When you feel you don't know what to do, listen closer. Beneath the uncertainty, you do know. What's different now is that life is gently removing the option to postpone. Love is asking for more than faith, it's asking for a tangible step. They are standing at this same threshold. Their quiet isn't in different seats, the quiet of a heart preserving itself from the ache of perpetual waiting. They are weary of a love that lives only in whispers, in dreams that never land, in a future that stays just out of reach. This isn't about a grand gesture. It's about something quiet and real, an honest word, a clear intention, a choice that proves this connection is worth bringing into the light. The season of silent understanding is closing. Now is the time for the feeling to take shape in the world. If you remain silent now, they may begin to protect their heart in a different way, not from lack of love, but from the exhaustion of holding something with no path forward. And once a heart learns to close, reopening it takes much more. What you're feeling, this sudden urgency, this hollow space, this sense of impending change, is not an error. It is a signal. You can no longer pretend that feeling is enough. Love is asking for room, for sincerity, and for a move toward one another. Choosing this doesn't require a perfect plan. It means choosing to be present even with fear beside you. It means leaving the safety of the unseen and allowing love to exist in ordinary moments, in conversations, in shared time, in simple effort. This connection isn't ending. It is coming of age. It is moving from something cherished in secret to something nurtured in the open. What you built in spirit was beautiful and necessary, but it cannot thrive on memory alone. Love has deepened, and with it, the need to live it has deepened, too. The guidance you feel can light the path, but it cannot walk it for you. This love can no longer survive on hope alone. It needs your bravery. It needs your movement. It needs your truth. Someday has passed. Now is here. The question is no longer if this love is real, you already know it is. The only question left is whether you will finally give it a home in the world you share.